All right, so welcome. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna talk about the session trading and when to make the trades. Okay, so this is all leading up to our expert advisor. So I'm not just talking about session trading. I'm just talking about when you build your expert advisor, you need to know when you want it to open a trade. When do you want it to enter a trade? When do you want it to get out of a trade? So that's very, very important. Okay. So you just don't draw your robot in and trade all day long, all year long without any filter. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about session trading. So let me open my Epic pen and I'm gonna draw some charts on here. Okay. Where is it? Hang on, let it load here. Here it is. Okay. Here's my lucky pen. Okay, so I'm gonna do yellow. Okay, so there's three major sessions. Okay, so there's three. Okay, so first one is Japan. Okay, the second one is London. And the third one is New York. Okay, so these are the three major session trading that we need to understand. There's a lot of other session trading out there, but these are the main ones. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to talk about London, then we're going to go into, Japan to London to New York. Okay, now each one has different formulas. Okay, so for example, let's say we got Japan, so that's Japan. When Japan opens, it's going to go sideways like this. Okay, so it's going to go sideways. And then when London opens, actually, let's take that out. It's going to dip down. It's going to do a stop out. That's a fake. Okay, so let's do fake. And then London is going to open. So this is London. It's going to go up like that. Okay. New York opens. And I'm going to change the color here. It's going to go down like this. Okay. It's going to reverse and then it's going to go sideways when New York closes. Okay. So basically, when London opens, it reverses. Okay. From it goes down and reverse. And then when New York opens, that reverses to London. Okay. So it's never go down and straight up like this. Well, sometimes, but not like all the time. There's always a formula to this. Okay, so we gotta fully understand that. So let's see that in live action here. Okay, so let's say this is a 1 hour chart, and I'm gonna right click, go to properties, and let's turn on show period separators, and this is per day on a 1 hour chart. Anything above 1 hour chart, those are just like 4 hour. This is a full week. One day, this is like I think a whole month. Okay, so you want to go 1 hour to anything below to see the sessions. Okay, so I'm going to right click. Well, actually, let's do candle. Okay, now you might want to download some indicators offline. There's a lot of them out there on that indicates the sessions. So I actually have mine here. This is something I bought. So this isn't something I could just give out because I think it's copyrighted. So I'm going to put work time, put that on here. Press OK. And now we see the session trades. Okay, so here is Japan right here. Japan's right here. Okay, and then we have London. Okay, and then we have New York. That kind of crosses over here. Okay, so I'm in December right now, so let me try to bounce into like a different month because December is like the worst time to trade because it's all flat. Okay. Okay, here's a good example here. Um so again, never trade Japan. So London will go up, right? New York comes in and it reverses down opposite direction. And then when it's over, it goes into balance, okay? So it's something like I showed you before, go up, down, balance. Like it's kind of like a heartbeat, you know, it's something that you'll see in the hospital, right? Let's go to let's go to a 15-minute chart so we can really dive into the frequencies of these. Okay. Yep, good. These are all good. Okay. So Japan accumulation. So there is nothing going on in Japan. Never trade Japan. When London opens, it's going to go up. New York reverses it, and then it goes into accumulation to the next day. Okay. London go up. New York reverse, and then go accumulation. Okay. So what are the times for these sessions? Okay. So if I go to Japan here, let's go to Forex Factory. Let's get the markers out. So forexfactory.com tells you, like all the way on the bottom here, the sessions, right? So look at what time your session would open here. So my Japan for me, it's 1 a.m. or actually it would start right here. Okay. And it will start at 12 a.m. for me for London, and then 5 a.m. for New York. Okay. So this is Pacific time. This is where I live, Pacific time. So your time might be different. It depends on where you live. But ideally the Greenwich time, you know, it's a different time. So basically here, you know, at 16, that's when New York opens, right here. So 5 a.m. So 17, that's when New York really starts to open right here. But there's a gap right here. Okay. And then London right here. So basically, let's do a back test on session trading. Okay. So let's do the switch, and let's do British pound versus USD. Let's test that. First of all, make sure your spread is 3. Okay, we don't want 30. I'm going to go to Expert Advisor. And this is the switch Expert Advisor that I have. And I'm going to press load. And I'm going to load the preset that I provide. Okay, it's in downloads. The switch. Presets. British pound USD. Let's load that preset in here. Press open. Okay. So it starts from 5 to 19. Okay, so that's from, I believe, London to New York. Okay, so those are it's trading 2 sessions. Let's go to testing. Let's point that 1,000. Press OK. But what do we want to back test? We want to back test from hour to hour. Okay, so let's start from 0. Let's put this to 1. Okay, so let's do step 1. So be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 19. Let's end at 20. Okay, so I'm just going to back test these 2 things. I'm not back testing any of the other stuff here. Okay, so let's press OK. Turn off visual mode. Turn on optimization. And we are going to back test starting at 0 to 19, 2 hour, 1 to 20. Press OK. And press start. And then we're going to start seeing some options here in our back tests. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of numbers here. Okay, so it's finished. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick on finding the best preset for your Expert Advisor. I'm going to right click, copy all, and then I'm going to go to numbers. Okay, so here's the thing. It's kind of like what here, profit, pass, total trades, profit factor, all that stuff. So when you put that on a Excel sheet, you start filtering the best presets, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to organize, and we're going to go to filter. I'm going to filter out certain things I do not want to see on the chart. I don't want to see a profit factor that's below 2.0, okay? So let's turn on filter. I'll actually add a filter, profit factor greater than 2.0. Oops, 0.0. So anything above 2.0. That's all I care about. Okay, so let's go to D, and let's start from the highest to the bottom here. Okay. So our best one is 38. Okay. So when we go back here, let's look for 38. There it is, 38 right here. And I'm going to right click, set input parameters. And when I go to expert advisor, so from 5 to 13. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, that's from 5 to 13. That's trading between 5 and 13. So that's from London to New York. Okay. So let's look at the visual mode. Turn that on. Okay, so we have 3 little dips, or 1, 2. So there was 2 losses throughout the year. Okay, 2 losses throughout the year. That's not that bad. You know, you have to accept losses when you're doing automated trading. You are going to lose at some point. You can't win it all. Okay, it's just going to happen. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to back test what days to trade. Okay, so I'm going to turn on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So it's going to start on false and end on true. Press OK. Let's turn off visual mode, turn on optimization, and press start. Okay, so we're getting a lot of trades here. Okay, and again, copy all. Go back to your Excel, right click, paste. All right. So again, we want our profit factor to be greater than 2.0. Okay. Now I'm going to descend this. So now we're up to 7.30 based on what days to trade, because certain pairs don't like to trade on certain days. Okay. So basically there's a certain frequency that happens. So let's do the top one. This one is 60. Let's do 60. What else is there? Yeah, let's do 60. All right. So it's balanced to pass. Go down to 60. Here it is. Right click. Set input parameters. Visual mode. Go to expert. Okay, so what days? Oh, okay. So it does not like to trade on Tuesdays. It likes to trade on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays only. All right. So let's do a back test. Graph. All right, so we lost one of those dips right here. So this is probably, I don't know what day that is. So there's only one loss throughout the whole entire year. Okay, which is pretty good. So basically it trades London and New York. Okay. So sometimes a couple of trades a day, you know. Yeah, so pretty good. Okay, so that's how you would back test based on timing of the session of the day. Let's do another one. Let's do Candlescope Pro. And let's do Euro versus USD. Let's do 4 hours. Okay, so optimization, expert advisor. And I'm just going to do from 0 to 20. Let's just pretend that, okay? All right, so let's do visual mode. Let's see what it looks like with that. So if I just leave it open, you know, I already lost all my money with that, right? So look, I lost all this. That's because, well, it's trading on the wrong sessions. It needs to be filtered with the correct settings, okay? Now, let's do it one more time. Visual mode, optimization, turn that off. Expert advisor, let's filter this. Okay, let's do starting at 0, do 1, and let's end at 19 from, or 2, what hour? Let's start at 1, and let's end at 20. Okay, so I'm doing a back test from 2. Do okay. Optimization, start. So it's finished. And so basically, let's do this. This is a very small one here. Let's look at the top one here. So we can see from 16 to 18 profit factor 3.45. Let's right click, set input. Okay. And so now we know it's from to this. Okay. So it's a little open window basically. Okay. So basically from those two, 17, 18, those 2 hours, it needs to open a trade. Now that's only for this expert advisor. Okay. You could actually build expert advisors that's a little bit more faster, that trades 15-minute charts. Okay, we got a little dip here. That's one loss throughout the year. Good. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. Good. All right. So basically that's how you would really backtest session trading. Okay. I think we got another one, a USD or Japan. Yeah, let's do USD Japan. Let's do the Switch Pro. Okay, and I'll go to effects. Expert advisors, go to load. Let's load the preset. Don't forget you have your presets when you download the Switch. Presets. USD versus Japan. They're all 4 hours. Okay. Press OK. And let's do a back test. Okay, excellent. Okay, and what hours was this? Okay, so it's from 16, jump all the way to under 15. So it's just like 24 hours for Japan. So that's a good one. Just trades all day long. But I want it to start on New York and then end when New York starts again. Okay, now the expert or the backtest actually set these times. I'm not going to dictate what time I want it to start. Okay. Okay. And the backtest said, okay, these are all true. Let's do these right here. And let's set those. Let's just pretend that. Let's see if we could fix those lost trades. Yeah, we got some backtests here. We got a good one here. I kind of want more total trades, like 7.20 is great, but there's only been like 41 trades. I want like a lot more. So maybe this one will be good. So set parameters. Okay. And it does not like to trade. Okay. So it doesn't like to trade Monday and Sundays. Okay. So I'll leave those off. Press OK. Visual mode. Press start. And let's see what the result is. Okay, so one loss. Okay, so no Mondays and Sundays for that expert advisor. Okay, so basically, again, just in conclusion, you want to go to forexfactory.com to see what time your trades are opening or what sessions you're opening, right? Work time. So if I put that on there, you want indicators to tell you when does a session trade. Now these indicators does not indicate for the robot. So the robot can't see these indicators. It just knows what time to trade. So like at 800 or 8 o'clock, it'll start. And then when New York opens, it's from 7, 5 in the morning. Okay. So basically look at that when you build your robots. And don't forget, each session, it switches on you. Okay. So when London opens, it's going to go up. And then when New York opens, it's going to reverse, and then it's going to go in accumulation to Japan, and then it's going to go up, fake you out, go down, up, down, like that. Okay, so each session trades. Okay, each session has a reversal. Okay, all right. So good luck, and I'll see you next week. Okay, so these courses are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. So I have a homework for you real fast. Okay, thank you for turning in the homework for the last session or the last course. But this one, I want you to do a back test with whatever indicator you have or expert advisor you have. Try to find a pair that you could trade in Japan. Okay. So there's a very special pair out there. Actually, where's all my pairs? Symbols. There's a very special pair that you could trade Japan session because there's a lot of movement in Japan. But which one is it? Okay, so look through all the sessions, do a back test, and try to find a good expert advisor that rocks it in Japan session. Now, if you can't find anything, that's okay because there's not a lot out there. There's like only one or two. Okay, so good luck, and I'll see you on the next course. Thanks.